How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman, and this particular edition of Real Talk has one simple question. What information can you believe? And basically, I'm going to talk about two very simple categories. I think that's what we need. We need to simplify this whole issue about what you should believe and or, let's go a little further, what you need for artificial intelligence. So what are those two categories of stuff? Information, data, whatever you want to call it. Well, here's the two little categories. Stuff that's on the internet that's free and stuff that costs money. How's that for simple? And it came to my attention today when I was reading the physical Wall Street Journal. Yes, I still get the paper edition. I find it easier to actually scan things on that real estate because you can go back and forth very quickly and rip things out and do things a little bit easier than online. And yes, I still have and I do use the online version also. But what was fascinating to me was a special offer, as they called it, for the Wall Street Journal. And the title was Explore Every Angle with Trusted Reporting. That phrase is the one that got to me. Explore every angle with trusted reporting. And basically what it's talking about is there's traceability as to where this information is coming from. It's quite basic. Now, whether you like the Wall Street Journal, whether you're politically inclined in one direction or another, is not the issue. It's just an example that I'm using, which is the Wall Street Journal. In the same paper was another ad for a company that you're probably familiar with in the data world, and the company is Databricks. And their ad had this phrase, "You're a data plus AI company." Fascinating that they put the word data first. Now, it could be because it's Databricks. And I want to emphasize again, I'm just talking about here the concept of free versus pay for when it comes for data or information. And I'm just using the Wall Street Journal and Databricks as an example. Back in just a moment.
So you want to advance your career and see enterprise architecture as a key component to this advancement. Or you're an enterprise architect and you want to be more effective in addressing business and technology needs. You want to create highly effective solutions that deal with the ever-evolving changes in businesses and organizations. But accumulating the knowledge and certification to do that can be a challenge. That's why EACOE created a one-of-a-kind certification workshop for enterprise architects. The workshops will teach you proven step-by-step enterprise architecture techniques that you can use for addressing continuous business and organizational change and give you the certification you need to progress in your career. Want to learn more? Then visit eacoe.org.
Thanks for coming back. So the topic today is about fundamentally paid data, paid information, paid sources versus the internet. And unfortunately, I look at the internet very, very skeptically. And sometimes free costs you money because what you're seeing or what you're hearing on the internet is just absolutely incorrect. Now, in the universe of artificial intelligence, we now have a very fancy phrase. I love this phrase. AI sometimes hallucinates. Now, how do we know that it's not hallucinating all the time, or 83% of the time, or 12% of the time? Meaning we have no traceability to the information. Fundamentally, this is an issue that we in the technology world and the business world need to very quickly recognize and address. And of course, for those of you that have been listening to my broadcasts, what we're recommending is what we call EAI, Enterprise Amalgamated Information, or if you don't like the phrase amalgamated information, Enterprise Artificial Intelligence. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.